If you're a fan of the Marvel comic books, or perhaps just the movies, you may want to venture to the Arts Council of Princeton to see their latest exhibit, The Superhero's Journey. Artist Patrick McDonnell, best known as the creator of the worldwide syndicated comic strip MUTTS, has brought his childhood love of comics to the canvas. An extension of his graphic novel of the same name, McDonnell says the work highlights the nostalgic simplicity and moral innocence trying to come to terms with today's unprecedented fear of a dystopian future with hope for a better tomorrow. And for those MUTTS fans out there, the exhibit will run concurrently with another of his design, Breaking the Chain, the Guard Dog Story. We're in Princeton today to speak with the multi-talented gem Patrick McDonnell and the wonderful team of the Arts Council of Princeton. You've been on record as saying that this work expands on the spiritual and political undertones of the Marvel comics of your youth. How so?
I was lucky. I grew up when those comics were just being invented to the world, and I was a big fan of Jack Kirby, the artist of most of those Marvel characters. And he has a deep spiritual undertone underneath all of his work. It was a big inspiration for me. I mean, there was always talks of gods and different worlds, and spirituality is important to me, and I think it shows in this work and definitely in Jack Kirby's work.
Considering the world in which we live right now, what are the political undertones that you were hoping to evoke?
The work is partly based on a book I just did last year called The Superhero's Journey, which was my love letter to those old Marvel comics. And in those old Marvel comics, a gimmick they used a lot was heroes fighting heroes, that there was some mistake and they would fight among themselves and then realize, oh, it's just a mistake. And I started these paintings 4 years ago, and all the divisiveness in our country of heroes fighting heroes, and I feel like that's our political world right now. We should be fighting the villains, not amongst ourselves. So I think that is part of the theme of the Marvel world and these paintings.
How did you come to select Patrick's work for this exhibit?
We had talked about his comics, but he said, I'd like to show you my paintings too. So I went to see the paintings and said, we've got to do this.
Is there a through line or theme that you feel lives in all of your work?
I've been a cartoonist for 30 years. I do a comic strip called MUTTS. But I've also been painting for a long time, ever since college. A big part of my work is empathy and compassion, especially with the MUTTS work, to think of all the animals on this planet that have it pretty tough, and a lot of them have it tough because of us. So to try to get more empathy and compassion for people. And I think in the paintings too, try to find the superhero in us all and try to make the world a better place.
I've always thought of cartoons as expressionists painting or drawing, Charles Schulz, who's Patrick's mentor, and his work is very reminiscent of. It always amazes me that they can get so much emotion with a pen and a brush and a bottle of ink in a little 3-inch rectangle, like Christo would wrap a building. All that energy, and didn't pack half the emotion that these little 3-inch squares, would create.
How does this exhibit speak to the greater mission of the Arts Council of Princeton?
Patrick McDonnell, what he does here is pretty fascinating and pretty amazing. Not only in this exhibition, but the exhibition he has on our other floors as well. I think what he does is he allows the opportunity for us to dream. He allows the opportunity for us to see what's possible beyond ourselves. And I think that's one of the great things about art. And as the Arts Council of Princeton, our mission is building community through the arts. And I think ultimately the idea of a superhero, I think what it means is to offer possibilities to yourself and to your community. This work here allows us to open our minds to that possibility and, possibly see a future that they wouldn't have otherwise seen.
What do you hope visitors will take away from this exhibit or these exhibits?
What I hope that people don't dismiss the paintings because they have comic book reference. So many people, if it's a comic book, it's for kids. And he tackles so many interesting universal themes of what a hero should be. There's so much more than superheroes going on here.
I think that what people will take away is the idea of the ethereal, the otherworldly. But it does feel very current, and it does feel very futuristic as well. So I hope that people, when they leave here, there's a sense of joy and a sense of wonder and experimentation, which I think we all need a little bit of.
What I get out of art, and I hope people from this show will get is just inspiration. Art is made in the moment, and it captures that moment. And I think it reminds us to live in that moment. There's an immediacy to it that touches a certain place in you. So hopefully people are inspired to look at art and make art and try to make the world a better place.
Both exhibits will remain on display from November 9th through December 7th, with a special artist talk and book signing on November 30th at 3 p.m. I'm Gina Marie Rodriguez for Jersey Arts. Thanks for watching.